This pretty much says it all, people. We'll be with you after this song. If you're just joining us, welcome to the live. We got a song playing that we felt that you needed to hear this first. Get yourself together. Get your drink ready. Thank Ganja, it's Friday. Roll one up. Let me tell you why. We are fucking fucked. That's why. We are fucking fucked. Get your drinks. Live show coming shortly. Smoke them if you got them.
Hit it, hit it. Oh, shit. First state. Bring you up.
And that's a fact. That's the fact, people. That's where we are. I'm going to get on this video. And there we go. What's up, YouTube? What's going on? Welcome to TGIF, Political Drains Friday show, where we go through the week's topics. But we had to do this one a little bit differently. We're doing this live because last night there was so much news. Today there was so much news, important news, historically significant news. We decided we didn't want to rush anything. We didn't want to be first but wrong. We did a live show last night talking about the bombs dropping. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about, you saw the title, things going on in New York. We're going to try to lift the mood a little bit at the end because Republicans are always hilarious. But we're live. We're live, people. If you can see us, if you can hear us. I would like you to put something in the chat. P Dubs, if you could, that's you. I see you in the chat. If you hear us, if you
Hey,
see,
Patty Wax.
hey, and so, let us know that you can hear us. Let us know that you can see us. We're about to get this thing started. Looks like the stream is working, but I don't know what we see.
I can see it.
You can see it? All right. And she says we sound good. So, to my illustrious, illuminated, well-informed,
Very illuminated.
very illuminated today. Listen, it's a live show. Things are different. I don't have the normal darkness. You don't have the normal regular light, but we're doing it. My co-host, Laura Malcolm. How are you today?
Oh boy.
If you guys can hear her, please say so. Let me know. Happy
My audio okay?
P
Patty
Dubs.
Wax.
So audio sounds a little bit different. Say hello again, Laura. Let me make sure.
Test.
Okay, yeah, we're doing good. So,
Yeah. Whew. Well, I what a week. I don't even know what day it is, frankly. It is Friday. Oh, right. Somehow it's Friday again.
so, I literally forgot the day because I was up all night getting news from Pakistan, from India, checking in where I could with actually Iran, but it's hard to get news from there because my VPN doesn't seem to see them as an actual country. I don't know why, or one worth being able to log into. But I was up trying to get it all. Hopefully, we can break things down for people in a way that they can understand. I'm switching between a whole lot of screens, people. We're coming right back to me. And here we go.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm so washed out looking, Patty. I know it's I have a huge window on that side. It's sunny. What can I say?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
We normally do this recorded beforehand and put it up
in the dark.
In the dark, where we're safe, where we're safe from all the other people.
In our little corners in the dark.
Oh man! So, you too.
But look, say hello to my little friend.
Oh yes, the honeysuckle.
The honeysuckle line is back.
The honeysuckle.
Through the window behind me.
You're living in nature now, like a true witch. I love it.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to get to the serious stuff first. We're going to get to the important stuff first, YouTube. Thank you for joining us. If you're here and you're not chatting, go ahead and chat. Let us know you're here. And thank you for showing up to thank Ganja It's Friday. Laura, let's get this started. What's the first story? Well, we know what the first story is.
Yeah, well, we cannot not address it, but this poor unstable man drove all the way from, I'm not sure what this town or county was, Florida. Yes, it's a Florida man. And he apparently had a whole lot of conspiracies and mishmash, and none of them were really, there's no reason to believe he was directly a Trump supporter or protesting Trump's trial. He just took advantage of the fact that the media was all there, and he knew he could use the opportunity to horrify and do what he did.
So,
they're all saying he's in critical condition in the hospital, but we all know he ain't going to make it.
Yeah.
So, that was pretty much that.
So I don't know that he's not going to make it. I don't know that he's in critical condition. If his family's watching, I'm going to... You know,
To the family, of course, we wish him that he will survive, but
it's
it's
tough.
pretty rough.
It's tough because not only did he pour accelerant on himself, it was cleaning agent.
Yeah.
So the toxicity levels going into the skin, I can only imagine. But we're not going to harp on that.
Yeah, we
Like I
won't
said,
go into
that's
it
gruesome.
speculating.
What I do
Yeah.
want to talk about is the context, right? So people, this was outside of the courthouse where TJ or what DJT, excuse me, DJT,
TFT, DJT,
yeah,
SOE,
SOB,
MOUSE.
where the SOB is being tried, and they have a portion out there where they're letting people protest. And that's where this guy was. The pamphlets he was handing out, from the reports I've heard, some of them have to do with the New York officials, New York heads of state, as well as judges and law enforcement being all a part of the mob. Weird stuff, and it's absolutely a bunch of conspiracy theories. And if we don't talk about the idea of what this conspiracy theory mind, brain rot, is doing to people, and not just that it's making them not see reality, right, Laura? It's not just that you're not seeing reality. Think of the time when we first heard of someone burning themselves. This was in India, during the protest of being colonialized by Britain. This is where we first saw this. Somebody looking for peace, looking for freedom, looking to show how dehumanized they felt by being colonized by the British, burned themselves, put themselves on fire. It was news everywhere. And what it showed was, it was like watching Dr. King getting beat up and bitten by dogs in the street. It's like every protest that Gandhi did. The idea that showing people how bad it is would make the world question, would make the rest of the world who had their eyes closed open them. Let's extrapolate that to this, to conspiracy theories, to lies, to unprovable facts, to alternative facts, to things that were literally ginned up in a boardroom somewhere to make someone else rich, to make someone else have you click, even if he wasn't a Trump supporter, which I highly doubt. This is the climate that we're living in. And it indeed does show the same thing, right, Laura? How bad it is. If our eyes aren't opened to what these lies, the election lie, the libel lies, the lies about Jewish space lasers, the conspiracies about eating children and adrenochrome, these things seem funny to us. But I think we would be remiss if we didn't take the same education from what this guy did as the same thing that other guy did so many years ago in India. This is serious. This is hurting. The inability to be able to tell what's real and what's not is becoming a devastating reality that we're living in. And if we don't find a way to get out of it, because the internet has only taken this to a level that is unseen. AI. I heard Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson say, even the people who believe in all of the conspiracy theories now, once AI becomes so real that it'll look like I'm talking when it's not me, and then nobody can believe anything, the internet's finally going to die, because even those people aren't going to believe the conspiracy theories or the reality anymore. They're going to give up. And we're headed to a place where there's quickly no return. We have to find a way. I don't have the way, but he showed us that it's serious. And I just wanted to point that out. I wanted to take it back to where that burning yourself started from, why it was so monumental when that guy did it. And this guy did it for a whole different reason, but it should, at the very least, open our eyes. And that's what I'm hoping that we do. These conspiracy theories, the Q, all of that, we've got to get a handle on it. We've got to help save some people.
In my chat today, we were discussing other times in history, recent memorable history, where we've seen self-immolation or other things on television. And back in the day when it was all in super black and white glory,
Right.
and we had the antenna with the tinfoil on it, the rabbit ears. It seems we've traded those rabbit ears in now for the rabbit hole of the internet.
Yes, well said.
What's going on?
What's going on? Wow. You know, that's why I love you, Laura. Who else says we traded the rabbit ears for the rabbit hole? I gotta write that. Somebody, P-Dubs, are you writing this down? We got Socrates over here. So yeah, it's serious.
Tinfoil hats are forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, that's all we have on that. There's nothing else to say about that. The conspiracy theories are far and wide what he believed.
Yeah, the Simpsons. Jeez.
Yeah, there's a Simpsons. I mean, there's anything you want to believe, you can find it there. But Simpsons, being able to tell the future, right? Any coincidence you find is a way to believe that they're all out, that there's something missing in your knowledge because it's being held from you, and it is innate in us. I don't even know if we can stop doing that. Literally, I believe it's genetically encoded, part of our DNA in evolution. Like, we find patterns in everything, and it's the way we're hardwired. So when you see something that you don't understand or don't get, or you see something that's a coincidence, you even make up a pattern,
Yes.
in order to comfort yourself. And usually the disconnect between that and how you got to here, that in between becomes the conspiracy theory. It is either something being withheld from you that they know,
Yeah.
or it's something that they did that you don't know. And it's
hard to put ourselves in the shoes of someone. For us, it's a nut theory. To them, it's a reality.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine the kind of panic and fear people live in when they're twisted that way. But for sure, I feel for the family, and I hope that some of the people out there in MAGA world who witnessed this, one way or another, however they're interpreting it, I hope it makes them think a little bit about what they believe. Or don't.
Unfortunately, I think it's only going to deepen the people whose eyes need to be opened aren't the ones who are in the cult. It's the ones who are outside of it. I think we're the ones who are, just the whole idea of what he did wasn't to open up the eyes of the people who know. In his mind, he knows this, right? But he's right. Just like when you march on Selma and the TV turns on and the cameras turn towards the police beating black people, dogs biting them, hoses getting turned on them, the black people's eyes weren't the one that need to be open. It was everybody else's eyes. So the truth is, this demonstration was for us. Although he's wrong in his thinking of why he did it, it should still work. We have to find a way to reach them. We have to find a platform like this. If you don't have one, a different way of speaking. We have to find a different way of connecting. We have to find a different way of debunking. We have to make it a priority and not a joke. That's what I mean by our eyes need to be open. It needs to become a priority. My eyes are open, and I'm going to make sure that we can have fun all we want. We can joke about anything. I believe in comedy. But I will start to put a finer point on it. I will. I'm going to start to put a finer point on it, and I'm going to start to invite those who believe that thing a lot more if it's possible to help them. I have to. We have to. We all have to. Believe it or not. All right, what we got next?
Well, it was another day for court, inside court. And there have been reports that he is actually farting, sweeping up the place. And it was a lot colder in the courtroom today.
And so I just heard that he's farting in the courtroom. I don't know what to say.
One broke into tears. I'm not sure if that was from the conference or what.
Oh, you said the juror who broke into tears. So, all right. So this is what I think. Let's before we start talking about this guy sleeping and farting like a like your uncle, right? Like your old uncle on a drunken spell and falls asleep on a couch after eating nachos, as if it's not his actual trial. Let's do this. Let's circle back to that. I want to talk about the juror crying. Now, look, I don't want to be the one to stop the fun. We also have a war to talk about, too. So, guys, buckle up. It's okay. We got to do it. But this bum, this entitled orange maniac has violated every gag order, every single one that he's had. If it were you or I, Laura, we would be under the jail by now.
Yeah.
I mean, his contempt of court extends into contempt of the law itself. He believes because he has no what do you call it? Nothing has ever happened to him. He has no consequences. Jurors are actually leaving. They're leaving like, hey, people, and the stupid media keeps thinking that they have to talk about, this person climbs mountains, and this person used to date a lawyer.
Someone pointed out on MSNBC today that the collusion with the media by reposting Jesse Waters' whatever theories about, people trying to get on the jury.
Yeah.
This is the same thing he's being charged with, basically, is colluding with the media to cover up a story or to interfere with.
Very true.
I mean, he's doing what he's being charged with in front of us all.
It's very true. Very true. Not only, and so that is absolutely amazing and unbelievable that you can go out, you can admit to the crime, commit another version of the same crime, go back in court, and still not be held in contempt, still not find a way. You cannot find a way to go behind bars. You can't find a way to go behind bars. You can talk about the judge's daughter. You can out jurors. Now, let's talk about the media. Before we even this guy is unbelievably entitled because no one has ever given him a consequence. And the law and order in this country, the legal system in this country, seems to be hell-bent on not giving him any consequences and ruining what little bit of respect normal common people had for it. But the media, why the hell do you need to say this person and that person, they like fly fishing? This person also also used to date a lawyer and lives in Upper Manhattan, and this person, that, and that. It becomes, they're also sick. The news media, the corporate news media, I don't know if you've seen this in Canada, but all of these people aren't just being outed by Trump, they're being outed by MSNBC and CNN and NPR. I heard this morning, I hear them ask a question. Well, we know that, who they are is confidential and you can't tell us names and this and that, but what can you tell us about them, Jim? The fuck do you need to know that for? Stop that. The only relevant information is, can they be impartial? Did it seem like they were impartial, Jim? What did you see? Not who did they date? Oh, did they like fly fishing? And this one loves pasta. Why are they doing that? Why are you doing it?
He's from Ireland, but he has no accent.
But he has. Wow. We are fucking fucked. And they're the reason why. They're the reason we're in this place to begin with. The minute media became a commodity, a consumable item, and not what it was meant to be, a constitutionally protected profession, the minute it became a consumable item, a commodity, Trump was the inevitable outcome, because it's no longer for the public good. It's no longer for the public good. This is why we have to do what we do, because corporate media is corporate now. Wow. So yeah, but him and his gag order, how does he get away with it? I have no idea. But the jurors are feeling unsafe.
Yeah, well, they do have a full jury now. I think they've even got their alternates, so the trial is starting, and the old man is farting, and the jurors' eyes are watering, but it's going on Monday. But I don't understand how they're having the trial start, maybe opening statements Monday, but the gag order hearing is until Tuesday. How does that work?
Your guess is as good as mine. We need a legal expert. I've tried. I've looked at 3 different legal experts, and all of them had the same answer I just gave you. The closest thing to an answer, yeah, exactly. The closest thing to an answer I got was, when you're found in contempt or when you disobey a court order in court, it can be handled immediately. In New York law, when it's done outside of court, there are provisions, there are statutes, time that you have to wait. So that is the closest thing to a reason that I got. Like it's as soon as it possibly could be, giving the situation they're in. That's what the best I have for you. So if you're wondering, YouTube, why that is the best reasoning I had. Speaking to people who know what they're talking about. But even then, I believe that even they think there was extenuating circumstances where it could have been, because it's violating other people's rights and putting people in danger. It could have been a whole different extenuating circumstance. But this judge seems to enjoy denying everyone else rights while bending over backwards to make sure that Donald Trump feels that he's given a fair shot. All of the judges are doing that, and I don't know why, but yeah. So that's the reasoning, supposedly. Starts Monday, so that's what they say. I was wondering about that.
Yep.
We'll see. Like I said, I'll believe it when I see him there. But I didn't know that they finished looking at all the jurors.
Yeah, I'm just checking to see if they were all sworn in. Jurors and alternates. I'm not sure about the alternates. Are all the alternates? Let me see.
So yeah, I heard there was 5 more alternates to be gotten, but then again, that was hours and hours and hours ago. So
some people are saying they might need more than 6, but we'll see. Yeah, I
No,
think.
it should only need 6 alternates, right? Something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if that's the case, people, put your party hat on. Get ready for the greatest show on earth. Well, maybe not. A sleeping drunk sleep farter is probably not the greatest show on earth. Um, and you're right, Sean Brennan. The judges want the result in their court to be appeal proof. You're 100% right. You're right. But here's the problem I have with that. In the meantime, the country is dying. In the meantime, the country is dying. The time that we've given in between January 6th, 3 years ago, to now, to ensure that you have an appeal-proof deal, will be null and void September 20th. No, I'm sorry, November 20th, and I think that's the election day. All of it is null and void if you don't get him convicted and in jail for the big one, treason. For not treason, for the riot on the Capitol, right? So there has to be a way. If you could get Cohen in jail, if you could get Rudy in criminally, whatever it is, or I guess guilty. It is a criminal charge he had. If you can if you can get all of the other people who are co-conspirators in jail, but you're waiting for this one until it's too late. In the meanwhile, people are burning themselves alive because every lie he tells has real live consequences. So you're 100% right, Sean Brennan. But what do we do? How can we? There has to be a middle ground. There has to be something better than allowing him to continue to poison the country with which you're supposed to be upholding the law of. So, yeah, extra special. Another big point is, man, as a black man in America, I'm offended. I'm offended at how easy it is to get somebody locked up. How easy it is to get somebody locked up and a police officer off. I'm offended how easy it is to throw someone under the jail with less proof than this guy's had on video. So this case may not be the one, and this judge may not be the one. But it does say something, man, about what's considered criminal and who's considered important in the justice system. So I'll leave it at that. But you're right.
Oh, there was one. Wasn't there one of the Central Park Five that was being considered as a juror?
I didn't hear that. Wow. No, I didn't know. But if that's the case, that would be a gross. I hate to, people. What does Jenkins say? Are we not the fairest? Are we not the fairest on YouTube? If that is the case, and he did become a juror, that would be a gross appropriation of injustice, because there's no possible way he could be, or anybody could see him being impartial. Not even I would be okay with that. Like, bro, that's unacceptable. So I hope you're not right.
Potential juror hints at Trump's infamous Central Park Five. Maybe I got that wrong.
Oh, so potential juror talked about it.
Let me just see. This is the only thing I can find on it right now.
Okay. So, guys, go ahead.
The potential juror in Trump's historic criminal trial made reference to the infamous 89 Central Park 5 newspaper ads. Okay, so he wasn't one of them. He's
Yeah,
just
he's gonna be
probably made
disqualified.
reference. I knew some of the kids. I also understood you had a right to purchase an article and put it there. Okay.
Nice try, buddy.
Yeah.
Nice try. I hear you. I hear you. I'm a proponent of the idea that I want it to be as fair as possible because,
Absolutely bulletproof.
right, as Sean Brennan says in an extremely intelligent comment, we want it to be bulletproof. People, check in. Check in. How are you doing? How are you feeling? We're about to get into a topic that I want you to ask questions on if you have any. I want to make sure the chat is working. I want to make sure you have a voice. We're about to get into this war thing before we move on, because it's important. All of the different things that happened are important for so many different reasons, but the main reason why is because if you're watching this, I want to be able to go to sleep at night saying that I have helped you understand how to interpret news of wars and rumors of wars. Okay? Interpreting it is half the battle. I'm going to start from the beginning. You ready, Laura? If you don't know, people, yesterday, earlier in the evening, we got news that came out that said Israel had changed their strategy on going into Rafah and tried to make it more palatable. Instead of just being what it's been, leveling everything, killing anybody in sight, they decided that they were going to do a step-by-step plan, a different engagement, and it wouldn't be all-out war tactics. It wouldn't be considered a major offensive, okay? Not a major offensive. Now, in return for that, we also heard that the reason why they made that change was because the United States and Joe Biden said, listen, we cannot allow you to do this. We're not in the political climate to just let you do this. You got to give us something. So they said, we'll change the tactics finally after much negotiation. They also said, we'll raise the money that we were already going to give you because we're allies and it was already appropriated. We're going to raise that money, I believe, to 26 billion. And what you have to do for us in order to make sure that you get that is not go into this long-term ridiculous war with Iran. We don't need your response to Iran to be overboard. We do not want, quote unquote, another major offensive. Now, depending on the reporting, this is how we interpret what happens next. It's important. The next thing we heard, there was explosions in Iran. Almost simultaneously, we heard that Joe Biden said that reporting that we greenlit the offensive, the minor offensive into Rafah, we don't know where you got that from. Nothing goes like that. That's not the case. Also, at the same time that Iran was being bombed, whatever those explosions were, Israel put sirens going on. We talked about this at the time. So here's an interpretation. Here's the interpretation. Every piece of information that you get is on purpose and for a purpose. What would be the purpose of Biden saying, hey, that didn't happen? I know when news came out and all people who are normally reputable said that that was the case, but no, we did not let them go into Rafah. Two reasons. One of two reasons. they said that, Biden said that, we're not going to help you out here. And so Israel decided to bomb Iran. To say, oh, really? You said that as long as we didn't bomb Iran, you would give us this extra. Here's another interpretation. Israel bombed Iran anyway because they lied, and Biden said, you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. We never greenlit Rafah. Am I making sense? Can anybody hear? Everybody, does that make sense? Those two scenarios. I can't hear you. Are you? Oh.
I'm following.
Okay, you're following. And if you're not following, please in the chat section let me know. So that is how we interpret all of those stories of last night concerning Israel bombing and United States relations. Here's the next part. Right now in India, they're reporting all of this. All right, thank you, Sean Brennan. So this is called understanding that the minute that there's a war, and this is any war, all wars, every piece of information is well vetted. There's nothing that doesn't happen on purpose and for a purpose. Our purpose, everything we can do is to find out what is the purpose, not what is the news. That's all I'm trying to say. This will give you a better understanding of what's really going on. What is the purpose, not what is the news. Got it? Okay, so after this, there is a big hoopla. There's rumors of Iran saying, we're going to come back. We will be, super vigilant. Where was it coming from? Well, that's coming from Iran. But that's coming from Iran to their people. At the same time, India is reporting, they're saying, we're not really sure who did the bombing. Right? We don't know who did it. Yeah, guess what? Israel's still quiet about it. The only reason why we know is because our officials told us that, because our officials spoke to Iranians, and they also know behind the scenes, yeah, it has to be them. But right now in Pakistan, they're reporting, we don't know who did it, or maybe not right now. As of 5 hours ago, before I just got home from work, they were reporting, we're not going to say it was Israel, because Israel's still silent on it. And that's important to Pakistan. What are they saying? What's the reason for them reporting that? Well, because they're close to Israel and have an association that's already on the teeter-totter, right? So we have to realize that all the news we're getting is for a purpose. Anyway, the big deal is we heard that they were going to come back strong, but that was just for the Iranians because that's called bluster, okay? That's called getting the war drums ready because you don't want to seem weak to your people. As of right now, immediately after that, in a few hours, it was walked back. Thank God. This is where we are supposedly right now. Iran is saying they blew everything out of the sky. Nothing got through. That's why you only heard explosions. That's why in Pakistan, they never reported a bomb dropped. They heard, they reported we heard explosions. In India, they never reported a bomb dropped. They reported we heard explosions. The main reasons why is because they have the inside track. What was given to them was given to them from Iran, not, you understand what I'm saying? Not us and not Israel. So Iran has always been saying they only heard something because they can say Israel was humiliated. Their bombs didn't even reach. We got them out the sky because they don't want this war either. As of right now, that's where most of the world is. No matter what you hear from Cenk, no matter what you hear from the people over there that just can't wait to for whatever reason, to find the worst in every situation.
Sensationalize it.
And sensationalize every situation. The purpose of all of the news reports has been served. Israel got to look big and strong in front of their their constituents, Netanyahu, right? Iran and the rest of the world over there has never reported anything actually hitting the ground. So there's still a way to back out of this without and save face. And America still has supposedly not greenlit anything in Rafah. But we're still going to give them the money they need because Republicans need to do that, and Democrats as well, because a whole lot of other reasons that I can't get into today. So is everybody clear? Does everybody see where we are? This is where we are, and this is everything that you're hearing about that. Think about it in that context, no matter who you hear it from. Realize that what I just gave you was the full context and the reason behind every story. And if there's more stories, ask what purpose does it serve, not what the story is. And I hope that I helped anybody kind of break this apart, kind of understand how to hear it, how to digest anything we hear for the next few weeks, period. All right? Any questions?
I was just looking at this headline from Reuters just 4 hours ago. Iran signals no plan to retaliate against Israel after drone attack.
None.
Nothing here.
As I was tapped in to Iranian news last night, immediately afterwards, that tone was a lot different. That tone was, they can expect the full rage. Right?
Now they're even pushing out videos of people calmly going about their business in the streets. Oh, see, nothing. It's all cool. Yeah.
Here's the last piece I'll say. Not bad reporting, Sean. Not bad reporting. What I'm telling you is, it served a purpose. It's not bad reporting. Yeah, it's bad reporting, sure, but it's out there for a purpose. It doesn't even matter if it's bad reporting or not. This is the point. Is it true? Is it true that the bombs never hit anything, even though it was right next to a nuclear place, and it was obvious that Israel was trying to show you how accurate our strikes could be? Is that true? I don't know. Maybe. Is it true that what Israel says, that they got there and bombed it? Maybe. Is it true that they're going into Rafah and Joe Biden said, well, it's a tit for a tat? Maybe. What do you believe? Well, you believe the one that gets you out of a war. That's the purpose. I don't care who had bad or good reporting anymore. Right now, you know what I believe? I believe Iran, because Iran says that there's nothing here to see. We're not going to war. Man, doggone it, you're great. I love Iranian reporting. All right? I don't believe any of it. It's all for a purpose. I don't believe any of it. I love Iranian reporting because that's the one that keeps us out of a war. And that's where we keep our sights. Okay? Everything you hear from now on, that's the lens with which we view it. Not who's telling the truth or who's reporting it correctly. Every single person has a bit of truth or a bit of falsehood or what is allowed to be said. So, I just wanted to say that. The reporting that we believe the most, or the reporting that we give the most credence to, is the one that keeps us out of war. All right? That's personally all we can do. All right. Any questions anybody has, you let it know in the chat. We're about to hopefully get past all of this horrific stuff and get into some fun. I know, man, it's already 9:52. We took an hour. I took an hour. My long-winded ass. All right, we're gonna burn through everything else. I promise. Go. Timer on the clock. The illuminated Laura. Yeah, you're on the spot. I'm just playing. What you got for me next? Any questions anybody has? Well, I will do my best to answer them.
Run down the week with the mega marching the Mayorkas impeachment misadventure to the Senate in her sleeveless crop top He was just missing the Daisy Dukes.
Wait a minute. Wait, I need you to say that again. Something happened with this, with my volume here. You said Mallorca, Matt. Wait, dude, what was that?
Mega March, the Mayorkas impeachment misadventure.
Yes.
Alliterated as far as I could. Mega March marching the Mayorkas impeachment misadventure to the Senate.
Awesome.
Singer Daisy Dukes.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So they dusted off some old book or something for everybody.
Wait, hold on. We gotta fix that. We gotta fix that volume. Something's happening. Maybe every time you get too close.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
All right. So I guess they dusted off what?
Dusted off some old book and swore everybody in, and then immediately just the articles of impeachment, and everybody was back to business.
Oh
Over
my
in
God.
minutes. Yeah.
If MAGA world, I love you guys, man.
They sure
I
like those old laws, don't they?
But if you don't see the grift, if you don't see it, they brought this dude in with impeachment, articles of impeachment, the seriousness with which this is. They wanted to impeach Mayorkas for treason. And less than 3 hours later, it's done. Kaput. Goodbye. Never see it again. Everybody goes home feeling good about themselves. Because they expect that you're stupid. Don't prove them right if you don't see the grift by now. Come on. We're dealing with kindergartners in this place.
Well, speaking of kindergartners, they are literally calling themselves the Fart Patrol now. There's some of these Congress people. Seriously.
I heard about that. Talk about it. I don't know enough about it. Do you? What's their committee that they started? The
Freedom Caucus deploys the Fart Group as Republican tensions simmer. Hardliners in the House Freedom Caucus have activated their floor action response team, also known as FART, to carefully sniff out any surprise resolutions they've decided.
Oh my God. No. 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 Laura, please, I know you're not lying because I saw the report myself. Oh my God. It's all a joke. It's a joke. Okay. You're crying. It's a joke. To sniff out what? I don't care. Oh my God.
Who cares? Those three members referenced. They're calling for the retaliatory or defensive measures from the Republican fact that Wednesday night, for example, Mike Lawler, who backs Johnson, suggested that Republicans must remove 3 recalcitrant members of the House Rules Committee.
Wait, back up. Sit back a little bit. Say it again. Just the last sentence.
Suggested Republicans must remove the 3 recalcitrant members from the House Rules Committee.
Okay.
Those 3 members he referenced appear to be the reps Thomas Massey of Kentucky, Chip Roy of Texas, and Ralph Norman of South Carolina, all of whom have threatened to scuttle Johnson's plan to push through foreign aid packages this week. Okay, well, that's done with. They passed the Ukraine aid.
No, they didn't. They did not pass it yet. It's expected to be passed. What they did was pass through the Rules Committee with the help of 140 something Democrats, because the House Republicans are absolute diaper wearing 4-year-olds, and Mike Johnson in the last minute decided that he was going to have a change of heart and finally bring it to the committee. So what they passed was getting it through the Rules Committee. Now it goes to actually get voted on tomorrow. right? So
Okay.
they're going to work on a Saturday for the first
Really?
time in their life. And and it's expected to get passed because most normal human beings that don't live on troll farms on the internet and don't get all of their votes by saying and doing the dumbest and worst and most backwards things, realize that it needs to be done. Unfortunately, people, the reports coming out of Ukraine and other places say that even if they do get it now, it may already be too late. Ukraine may be falling in about 2 weeks. Now, here's what I say. It's war. That news has a purpose. Do not just take my story. Do I believe that wholeheartedly? No, I don't. I don't believe wholeheartedly they're going to fall in 2 weeks. I don't believe that getting the money now, if they were going to fall in 2 weeks, will help them, because that's not how war works. That's not how munitions work. That's not how training works, right? But the purpose of whoever put that story out, one of them wanted us to know the dire situation. Oh, yeah, making a referral to the Justice Department. Oh, no, that's for Biden, isn't it? We're going to get to that. So, really quick, this dude is a lot smarter than people are giving him credit for, and that is Johnson, Speaker of the House. He has successfully made null and void the Internet Committee. All right, the social media part of his party. He is saying what McCarthy should have done. I'll tell you what. I'm going to talk to the Democrats, and I'm going to get things passed anyway. Because the only thing you have over me is this ridiculous vote to get me out. But guess what? If I talk to the Democrats, they may actually keep me in, because they also want to get things passed, like money to Ukraine and like money to Israel, because they're all paid by AIPAC. But fine. And what was the other one? And there's a third country. I believe in North Africa. I don't know. Maybe Syria. So yeah. So this dude is smart. This dude has gotten this thing passed, even though half of his own house doesn't want it. Not half. A small percentage of his house doesn't want it, but a vocal percentage. But he may have waited too long to really make it the best impact it could have been. It took him 6 months, too late to get it in there. But hopefully tomorrow it will get passed, and everybody's thinking it will get passed. So that's the news on that. Everybody watch out for Mike Johnson, man. He is the next. Who's the guy in the Senate that is the absolute political genius?
Lindsey?
No, Lindsey's just a bootlicker. Huh?
Mitch McConnell?
McConnell, yes. Yes, the turtle himself. Now, no matter what you think of Mitch McConnell, don't forget he's the one that orchestrated Barack Obama not getting a justice in the Supreme Court, even though he was president. Okay? Somebody who knows how to wield power, who knows how to make deals happen and get what they want, is McConnell. And I'll tell you one thing about everybody's acting like Mike Johnson is not smart, or he's just not getting this done and that done. The truth is, he doesn't want anything else done, but everything he does want done, it gets done somehow. He negotiates, and he has completely made irrelevant all the bums and 5-year-olds and non-serious actors that are on that side of the aisle. So watch out for him. But yeah, hopefully we get all this package done. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Speaking of the package, Laura, did you hear that a proposed amendment for the Ukraine package by Marge herself She
No.
wants space lasers.
Well then.
Thank you, Sean. Saw that too late, but thank you. You think I'm lying, people? You think I'm lying? I'm not. No, I'm not. In order to her amendment, which is as transparent as she is, right? Is that if we are going to spend money and give it to Ukraine, then we have to also say we're going to spend a certain amount of money to get space lasers technology on the border.
There it is. Marjorie Taylor Greene wants space lasers to stop migrants.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, where's...
Yes. No. Get the whistle. Get the whistle. Get the whistle. Hold on. I got a space laser. Go. Do it again. Wait, no, you got to put on the original sound. Put on the original sound.
Originals? I don't know what...
You see it in the left?
No.
All right, do it again. Okay. Space laser technology. Number one, we don't have space laser technology. This isn't Star Wars, you stupid bitch. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. We don't have space laser technology.
We called for the of it, though.
Jean-Luc Picard is not real. Huh? The albino Darth Vader, otherwise known as Marge, okay, wants space lasers. What are they for? At the border. This isn't border policy. She wants executions by space laser.
I gotta hit this now.
Hit it! Please. Yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, God. Oh. Yes, Sean. It is better than the stupid wall because at least everybody else knows that this goes nowhere. Oh, my God. She wants execution by space laser to all brown people crossing the border. Georgia, are you not entertained? Because you're not serious, obviously. I'm reading a book called Rural White Rage. And in the book, the one of the major stats was the idea that people in rural communities are given the salt of the earth moniker, right? Because everybody wants to pander to them. You go to Harvard, but you end up talking like Gomer Pyle when you get to Georgia, right? You go to Princeton, but you come back home and you roll up your sleeves and you hold a shotgun in your commercial. Because the people that live there have been given an extra long rope to feel like they are more important than everybody else. And so they begin to feel like nothing else matters. They're the real Americans. And they care so little about democracy, about this country, about the Constitution, and indeed about anybody else but them, that they're willing to elect Elmer Fudd to the office, to the House, to represent them. And they love it. Are you not entertained, Georgia, rural Georgia? Are you not entertained? I hope so. I'll be working on the space. Where's my light? Let's see. Space lasers! Space lasers! I got the technology. What else? What do we have next? I'm done.
Oh,
I can't take it.
I think that
I can't take it. Elna Fudd. Thank you, P Dubs. Much better name. Margie.
All right. Well, let's just go over a couple of things that Biden's got this week. He was meeting with steelworkers again. Made a few zingers at Donald's failing stock.
Wait. Say that again. Say it again. We got cut out. You're cutting out
Okay,
again.
sorry about that. Biden was meeting with steelworkers again this week.
Yes.
And got off a few good zingers at Donald about his failing stock. And something that he might be better under Biden's tax plan than under his own.
Yes.
Plus, the entire Kennedy clan got up there and stood behind him, and the daughter of Robert Kennedy Jr. was speaking, and everything. She listed off all of Biden's accomplishments and said, "Thank you, Joe Biden," after each one. So that was really powerful.
P Dubs, we got you. Hold on. P Dubs is saying OAN settled with Smartmatic. That is true. We actually have a short up on that on the channel. So check it out, people. It's awesome. Of course, it's one of the great Laura Malcolm shorts, so you'll enjoy it. But she talked about that. We got that up on the channel. Check that out. But yeah, you're right. The secret settlement. But continue on. Okay,
Laura. Well, they're continuing to fundraise and outspend. They're opening offices in swing states like Arizona and Ohio, and they're pushing how the economy's recovered. We're at double, or the U.S. has doubled the GDP of most G7 countries.
Yes.
COVID.
This is something that I'm not going to name any more names. But if you're watching certain independent media and they get all of their juice and their butter from talking about how bad and corrupt everybody else is, that's a Democrat. And every time good news comes out about the economy, they go, yeah, but wages aren't up. No shit, Sherlock. Wages aren't up. But guess what? The GDP of America has doubled. It was tripled at a point. Every other country since the pandemic. Now, can we give them some credit for that? Whoever's if you're going somewhere and you hear them say that they find every reason why it's not that good for Biden, would you just mentally just pee on them, okay? Just shower them with with the excrement that they're spitting, because my God, man, I didn't think he would be this good. I'm not a Joe Biden pom-pom guy. I wanted Bernie. I still want Bernie. I think we would have had a lot more things done. But on the other hand, we have made him move to the left. Protests have made him move to the left. I wasn't mad at the people in Michigan who decided to do a protest vote, because it was indeed a primary. That's when you do the protest vote. All of these things have moved him to the left on pharmaceuticals, on marijuana, on student loans. I don't think he cares about student loans at all. Trickle down, Sean Brennan.
That's it. Trickle it down, back up.
We need Sean Brennan in all of our... Sean Brennan... we need you in all the... We got to do more lives with you around, man. But, so, please, spare me. Anybody who's telling you differently, man, Joe Biden is absolutely crushing it for someone who came in as a centrist, and racist, right? Be honest with you. Like back in the day, he had some racist stuff going on, and I was the main one saying, "Man, I don't forget about that stuff." But the truth is, he's a politician, and he's actually intelligent, and he's actually just doing what politicians do, which is doing what he thinks will make him win, not what he thinks will make him rich. Getting rich is a side effect of our system. The system is broken. So if anybody tells you Biden is corrupt, understand that they're not saying Biden personally is corrupt. Biden is in a corrupt system and uses it well. But we still have a voice with him. The other guy, you won't have one. You're not going to move the other guy to the left. Biden has been there for the auto workers, for the student loans, for the smokers. Thank ganja it's Friday. If we don't love him, then who will? and if the case you don't think is being made, ask the rest of the world how they're recovering. Ask the rest of the world how they're recovering. How are you recovering, Laura? What's Canada looking like?
Oh, well, we're getting some election year budget spending bonies.
You nasty P-dubs.
It's coming our way.
Oh, you guys got...
We're not bad. We think we've got a 20... I forget what our interest went down to, quite low. So we're doing okay, but not as good as you.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. I'll end it there. You guys, there's a lot to think about. I want to remind you, everything you hear about war, every news you hear about war has a purpose. And if you look at it from that lens, if you ask yourself first, what's the purpose of this story and not what the story is, I guarantee you'll get a lot closer to the truth of what's actually happening. Number two, the man set himself on fire. And it wasn't for other conspiracy theorists. It was as important as the protest was in India. Our eyes need to be open. Our eyes need to be open. People under the influence of conspiracy theories. Listen, it's serious. And if you didn't know, now you know. We have to talk to them. We have to figure out ways to engage with them, to deprogram them. I thought it was funny until now. But seeing what this guy did, he's as serious about that as people were about their freedom from slavery. If that doesn't let you see that we got to do something, then nothing will. And that's where I'll end it.
Well, I want to give a shout out to a couple people.
Yes. We got shout outs. I apologize.
Someone who does try to do that, even though he has his fun and his sharp tongue about it himself. TV2 Live does try to get through to some of these people and invites them on his own live streams. But come on, like, you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Don't hide behind that keyboard anymore. Here I am.
Yes, salt of the earth.
TV for putting up with that all these years, and he's been a long-time supporter of my channels and a bunch of other people. And without his crew, I don't know where I'd be. So he's been also putting our links up and stuff. So thank you, TV2 Live.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
We've got, of course, Benny and Diane Tuesday and Saturday shows. We've also been sharing links back and forth with them, Benny and Diane, Tuesdays and Saturdays, I believe at 11 a.m. Eastern. And check out our friend Angela Brickley's tea house that she put together, a miniature tea house that lights up. And she's uploaded that on her channel, so we can put a link for that somewhere.
Nice. Angela Brickley.
Yes.
Okay. Those are the shout outs for the week. Guys. Oh, what, you gonna show something?
I try and quickly find her link, but that's okay.
No, go ahead.
No, we can put it underneath the video.
Okay. We'll put that under the video.
I
Guys.
think Patty and Sean know where to find her channel anyway, so we'll put a link at this little Tea House project. And finally, I just want to say a welcome home to Stephanie. She's been through an awful lot, but now she's back at home and starting to heal up. And all the best to her. And,
Stephanie B.
But also, we got a couple other people like Mac, and we're trying to get some more people involved, some male perspectives. I said, we've got Angela and Stephanie and me and Bruce. So I'd like to get a couple of guys in here.
Yeah, I'm the only guy, huh?
Or TV too. I mean, like, come on, let's all get in on this.
Oh, man. And listen, everybody here watching the live, thank you so much. It means so much to me to have all of you. I've adopted this group from Laura, really. And you guys are all awesome. Thank you so much. I hope that we give you value. I hope that you find what we do interesting. And I hope that I show you that I actually respect you, your opinions, and who you are by not lying to you and being authentic. And I appreciate it, guys. I really do. Listen, thank Ganja. It's Friday. Smoke one for me, guys.
Thank Ganja. It's Friday. Good night, Bruce. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Have a great weekend.
Woohoo! Hit that whistle for me one time.
I'll hit the whistle and then I'll then I'll hit this.
Yes. Good night, guys. I'm out of here.
Whee!